Hey guys, welcome back. We've reached the end of another quarter. Let's see how big the snakes are. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris. I am missing Carly today, but I'll tell you about that in a second. We are CNC Reptiles. We are a father and daughter's team that enjoy keeping ball pythons and sharing our experiences here on YouTube. So don't forget, guys, if you like the content, maybe like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. But guys, hey, real quick, so I am missing Carly. She's been missing a few videos, but actually this one's on purpose. So I've got a couple of things before we get to seeing how big the snakes are that she's going to be pretty excited about. So I'm going to share them at the end of this video, so you guys stay tuned so you can find out kind of what's about to happen here at CNC Reptiles. We're really excited. So hey, why don't we look and see how big the girls are. So at the end of every 3 months or so, we like to kind of take a look back and see how much they've grown over the 3 months and kind of compare and contrast how big they're getting compared to one another, since they're all roughly about the same age. So why don't we take a look at Cutie? All right, guys, so here she is. Here is Miss Cutie Pie. And if you've been around the channel long, you know that Cutie is our piebald female. So she is a recessive morph, meaning both mom and dad had to actually carry a copy of the gene for Cutie to turn out looking the way that she does. In fact, her dad was a banana pied and mom was actually a normal het pied. And Cutie is just a normal pied, right? She is very orange. Now, she may continue to dull out a little bit as she gets older, but still has a lot of beautiful oranges right here. So guys, let's talk a little bit about how much Cutie has grown over these last few months. So when we take a look at Cutie, she has actually gained 303 grams over the last 3 months. So she weighed 842 grams whenever we started, basically at the beginning of, I guess what would that be? The beginning of July, right? And then here at the end of September, she weighed 1,145 grams. So just really has put on some nice size. In fact, I remember when we first got this little girl, how she fit in my hand. I'll probably put a picture right here about how she fit my hand. And now look at her. Look at how big she's gotten. She definitely doesn't fit my hand anymore. Just a nice, beautiful snake in how big that she has gotten. And so now the interesting thing about this, so we're keeping track of a few different things here, not just how much she's gained. So she definitely has gained 303 grams. But she obviously ate bigger meals throughout these last 3 months. So she actually ate 135 grams more in rats, right? So the number of rats and their weight added up to 135 grams more this last 3 months than the previous 3 months. The interesting thing is, hey, sweet girl, the interesting thing is she gained at a lesser percentage over the 3 months. So in quarter number 2 of 2020, she gained at 40.84%. So 40.84%, almost 41% of everything we fed her turned into body weight, basically, okay? In this last 3 months, which is essentially quarter 3 of 2020, she only gained at 31.96%. So just shy of 32%. That's down 8.88% over 3 months over 3 months, so almost 9% less. Now, she's eating bigger meals, and we've seen this as we've been keeping track of this quarter over quarter. Every quarter she seems to gain a little less percentage-wise. So the body weight, just because she's eating bigger meals, may actually wind up being more body weight, but as a percentage of the amount of feeders we're feeding her, it is going down. So still right at 32%. So almost a third, basically, of everything she's keeping on as body weight. The new one that we started recording, I guess, last in Q2 was her length. So that's an interesting thing, right? So she was 3 feet, 3.5 inches long at the end of Q2. At the end of Q3, she is 3 feet, 10.4 inches long. So that's almost 7 inches in 3 months. It's 6.9 inches in 3 months. So I don't know if that's good or bad. You know, you don't normally hear about people talking about the length of ball pythons. You hear that more with boas and things of that nature. But this little girl is just growing crazy. So she's over 1,100 grams. She's actually gained about 1,050 grams since we got her. So we've had her now for a full year. When we got her, she was 97 grams. She is now 1,145. So basically 1,050 grams in the year that we have had her. And just growing beautifully. Just a beautiful, healthy snake. Just looking really, really nice and big and getting a little chunky here at being with us for a year. She's a little over a year old, so she's about 14 months now. But just looking really, really good. And so, so that, my friends, is Cutie, our piebald female, and she's just growing really nicely. So why don't we take a look at Bubbles? All right, guys, so here is Miss Bubbles. Miss Bubbles is a clown. For those of you that have been around the channel for a while, you know Miss Bubbles. You've seen her many times. But much like Cutie, she is a recessive gene, meaning, again, mom and dad both had to carry the copy of the gene for her to look this way. In her particular instance, dad was a banana inchy clown, a visual. Mom was just a normal het clown. And so both those worked together to make this beautiful young lady right here. Really nice reduced pattern on her. That's why we actually picked her. Has more of the teardrops on this side, has more polka dots going down this side over here. But let's talk a little bit about Miss Bubbles and how big she has gotten over basically Q3 of 2020. So she started out 772 grams and she ended at 985 grams. So that is 213 grams that she gained over the 3-month period. Now, this was if you saw the video that we did a couple of videos back about the 1,000-gram wall, Miss Bubbles actually missed about 4 meals over the last 3 months. 2 while she was in shed, and 2 just kind of out of the ordinary. Just no real reason other than she had a really big meal. So go back and check that one out for sure about the 1,000-gram wall. I'll link it. And she only gained, let's see, she had about 16 grams less in rats in Q3 versus Q2, and that's because of the 4 meals that she missed, okay? She also went down in percentage of how much she kept on in body weight. So in Q2, she was at 43.04%, so just over 43% of every rat that she ate, she was keeping on in body weight. In Q3, 31.28. So that is an 11.76% drop. Almost 12% less quarter over quarter. Now, could that have something to do with maybe the rats that she didn't eat? Possibly, right? I mean, percentages are percentages regardless of whether you eat or not. So it could have had something to do with that. So it'll be interesting to see here in Q4 if maybe that percentage starts to come back up a little bit. But definitely, of all of our girls, had the biggest drop percentage-wise quarter over quarter. Now, I'm sorry, baby. Now, again, so back to the length. So at the end of last quarter, she was 3 feet and 4 inches long. She is now 3 feet 9.17 inches long. So that's 5 inches in growth. So 5.17 actually, just a little over 5 inches. Again, I don't really know what that means in ball python terms, other than they're growing. And, females will typically get bigger than the males, somewhere between 4 and 5 feet usually. So both her and Cutie are quickly coming up on that 4-foot mark. And, of course, we'll continue to grow over the next, as we continue to feed them. They'll probably top out once they reach about 3 years old at how big they're going to get. But just take a look at this beautiful girl. Just a wonderful, wonderful reduced pattern clown. See if I can get the backside here, the bubbles where she gets her name. And maybe get a nice shot of that head stamp there. But just a beautiful example of clown. And growing really, really nicely. Just like Cutie. We got them at the same time. Now since we got her, she was about the same size as Cutie. She was 92 grams. So at 985 grams, so she's put on almost 900 grams in the 12 months that we've had her. So Cutie at 1050, and Bubbles here at about 900, just under 900 grams. Just growing really, really nicely for us. Oh, sorry, baby. Over here. So, all right, we're going to put... All right, guys, so I'm actually going to stop this update video right here and share with you the really cool news, at least the really cool news I think we're about to share with you here over the next few weeks here at CNC Reptiles. So remember, Carly doesn't know about this, so shh. And I guess, Carly, if you wind up watching this, then surprise! But so first, guys, actually the day job has us transferring from where we live now in Southeast Texas, around the Houston area, actually up back to where we're originally from, in the Panhandle of Texas, up around Amarillo. So be ready for a series of kind of preparation through the move and then getting set up up there in Amarillo, because the climates are vastly different. It gets much colder up there, especially during the winter. It is much more arid, so where we struggle with keeping humidity down here in Houston, we have to figure out how to get humidity up in Amarillo. So be looking forward to that series, guys. We'll be making that here in the coming weeks as we move up there. So that's the exciting thing number one. Exciting thing number two, which is really kind of the bigger news, right? Really has to do with these two girls. So as you heard me tell you, Cutie, our pied, has gained 1,050 grams in a year, right? And Bubbles, our clown, she's gained about 950 grams, something like that, right? So in a year. And we have decided that next year, so not the 2020 or 2020-2021 season, but the 2021-2022 season, we are going to try our hand at potentially breeding. And really, really excited, as this whole YouTube experience, was supposed to be kind of a documentary type of deal, just for us to kind of share what we learn along the way, and it's kind of turned, at least in my view, a little educational, hopefully, as some people kind of come on, and this is that next step in that evolution, and we're so excited to make that decision. And kind of the biggest thing about that, guys, is you really have to plan these things out. So we'll be talking about that in coming videos as well, of how we're planning that out. You really need to start well before you think you do to kind of start planning these things. So we've actually already got a male coming. He's not here yet. So we'll be expecting an unboxing here in the next couple of videos. We're super excited about, guys. He is amazing. When you talk about powerhouse, this guy is, there's a picture in the dictionary with him next to powerhouse. He is just an amazing animal. So be looking for that in the next couple weeks. Next week, we'll finish up our updates with Peanut and with Angel and Kalahari. Those girls are growing really big too. But for sure, Cutie and Bubbles should be pretty close to about 2,000 grams, assuming things keep going as they are. Should be about 2,000 grams this time next year as that breeding season starts. So we're super excited about that, guys. Hope that you guys stay along with us and come along for the journey as we kind of prepare over the coming year for that. All the different things that will go into that. So guys, hope that you enjoyed seeing Cutie and Bubbles and how big they've gotten. Tune in next week when we go over the other three. And we'll see you in that video. Bye.